Yeah, that time in possession in the second quarter, a distinction with 2 minutes versus 13 minutes. I mean, I have never seen anything like that in all my day of broadcasting.
I've always said to continue the thought of the, and it's very appropriate enthusiasm by the PA fellow here at the yard, because that one stays a little high, to announce the Cal players, whereas on the flip side, opposing players are announced as if,
hushed tones.
He's reading the menu of a not very tasty list of dishes.
That's exactly right.
Around the bases, we have an enormous number of Wildcats, which does sound menacing. As that one is swung on and grounded right back up the middle, that's a base hit. In from third comes Riley Moore, and here comes the throw toward the plate. It's cut off, and crossing also is Bobby Dalbeck. This game is tied. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ballpark. Extra innings means extra baseball, free of charge. Scott Kingery will step up to the plate here, and because it's into extra innings, I will turn play-by-play over once again to the inimitable rhetorical stylings of my partner, Tanae Katari.
First base, the runner on first goes, and will take second base unopposed. That's Devin Rodriguez.
Let's score that defensive indifference. That's a fun term.
that is quite a fun term.
Defensive apathy. Defensive nonchalance or something.
Just a nihilist attitude, and this one is laced right to the shortstop.
The game flashed before our eyes as that liner.
There was an audible whoop from the audience, but yes. Newman handled it with no defensive indifference there. He really took it on head first.
He was taking that liner seriously.
To the 11th inning, and Jamie Silva is going to have his shot at some play-by-play.
As the day is worn on, there's now someone on top of the Cal merchandise shop taking down the sign. I believe he is authorized to be there. I should clarify.
I would hope so.
The merchandise shop has not been attacked by vandals, and really, if
it may be an overeager fan who thinks that the sign itself is a souvenir.
Perhaps.
And is taking it home at half or no price.
But then again, if subject to depredations by various ruffians, I doubt they would go after the sign rather than the merchandise inside.
The merchandise therein might be sold out.
You know what? I hadn't considered that possibility as that pitch misses ball two. Not as vigorous a style of gesticulation as a lot of umpires.
As Howard flings one down the left field line, that one will get into the beer garden.
Heads up down there.
So one lucky fan will get a souvenir down there.
Nothing ruins the mood like a baseball in your margarita.
Some people prefer it that way. Ground ball to Tenarowitz. On to Rodriguez at first. One down.
A nice essence of leather, perhaps. String. Adding in a sprinkle of infield dirt, perhaps. Nice and gritty.
I think Brewmaster may be in your future, Jamie. Fun at the yard.
As that one tantalizingly got past Rodriguez, who dove on the infield grass to his right from first base. And then Tenarowitz behind him dove to his left on the base of the outfield grass. And it was just out of his reach as well. I feel like that's a special sort of, struggle or torture for infielders. It is to barely, dive and just not come up with the ball.
Just a seeing eye ground ball. It was going to make its way into the outfield no matter what.
Yeah, I feel like if the Greeks had played baseball, they would have had that be one of their eternal torments.
Yeah.
Equivalent with, trying to get a bite of fruit, but it's always out of your grasp, or rolling a boulder up a hill, but it always falls, back down. This is the baseball version of that, I think. Two hitters have reached base for California, one on an error, one on a walk. As that one is in there again, strike two called. So no hits thus far. They always say, announcers are not supposed to jinx no hitters, even at any stage of the game. But it's the opposing team, so I'll be mentioning this routinely.
The broadcaster's jinx.
Yes, as that one is in the dirt. It's low, 1 and 2.
We hope is in effect.
On deck is Knapp, who popped out to second in his first at-bat. Big hole on the left side of second base, as that one is tapped slowly toward third. Over to get it is Hamilton, but his throw draws Gabe Clark off the mound as it's rather high, and reaching base will be Devin Pearson for the Bears. A first hit of the game. Broadcaster's jinx in effect and successful. Yeah, and really, that's the third strikeout for Jeffries on the night, and it did not look like Gabe Clark is in the habit of brooking disappointment there, as he had reached base the first 2 times and was not pleased with that.
The Bears also have a lefty up. We're not sure exactly who at this point.
Is he wearing a jacket?
He's
Is that
wearing
why?
a jacket, and he's slinging it, so that narrows it down. But
as check swing there, no swing, says third base umpire Kelly Gonzalez.
We don't want to give you any false information at this point.
We have the strictest standards of, do we call it journalistic integrity? We're not journalists.
Broadcasts.
That's right, which are even higher, by the way. Just so we're aware. We need 2 sources for everything, me and my partner, usually. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and hit high and foul.
2 external
back
sources,
behind us.
Of course.
Let's not push it. Yes, but as soon as whoever that is takes off his jacket and reveals his identity, that's right. He may also be wearing glasses, which will further complicate matters. Ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages, that's right, all of them, welcome back to the ballpark. Chris Muse-Fisher is on the mound, and he throws the first pitch high to Michael Howard as David Esker has decided to remove starter Dalton Jeffries from the game and give other young pitchers time to exhibit.
As the Stanford team lines up outside their dugout to receive an enormous number of high fives from a whole troop of youngsters, I imagine visiting from some little league or other, where apparently the KALX team was not provided with anyone to high five. So they are simply warming up outside their own dugout.
Nobody to high five but themselves.
It is truly a sad situation.
And the Bears have scored again. The music plays again. And the game continues here. 10-4 the score here at Evans Diamond. How about that?
Never count out the Bears.
You know, it's more convincing when you say it slowly like that. And that one is outside. It's a ball. And the inning continues. As there is some, I actually saw some, okay, you won't believe this.
No.
I saw someone just now, I glanced behind me where there's Morgan State fans. No joke. I saw someone biting their nails, which means this is nail biting time.
This is nail biting time.
And I'm sorry, what is your slogan right here, Aaron?
Don't ever count out the Bears.
Even slower than last time, even more convincing.
Yeah, and especially on offense, UCLA right now, I mean, they have all the rhythm of a 6-year-old on his first day of tap dancing class. I mean, nothing is going well for the Bruins out there. By the way, that foul turns out it to be on Cobbs. That was his third. And Anderson, who missed the first, will shoot one more time. The Cal student section behind him looks like they have a curious combination of the gout and an irresistible urge to dance. All sorts of contortions going on back there. Second free throw made. And the Bears will bring the ball up the court once again. Wallace has it. Right wing gives to Thurman, top of the key. He'll set up, gives back to Wallace, who moves to the top. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Here's the crowd inside. Gets to Thurman. Slams it down. Take a picture, print it out, put it on your wall, because that was picturesque.
And we've said it before, I'll say it again, this running game is getting predictable for the Bears. It's so tough to have a cohesive offense when you're not able to pass the ball.
Yeah, I mean, if those are the plays that are getting called, I mean, that's just what you got to do. I mean, sometimes there's not the reason why, there's but to do and be tackled. And that's what I think we're seeing out here on the field so far for the Bears offense. Yeah, I got to say, that is a very unsavory icing on an already unappetizing cake.
We really are getting into metaphors. Yeah. This is pathetic anymore.
This is turning into one of the largest margins of victory I'm sure that Utah has enjoyed in a long time and that Cal has suffered by. And they've played what were, just by the numbers, a lot better teams than Utah so far this year. One has to wonder, what is this and why? aside from a few brief minutes at the end of the first half, Stanford, start to finish, has executed better. They've looked better. They've taken better shots. They've made more of them. And that's why when you reduce that to, you know, a quantitative reality, they have more points. That's what I'm saying.
And he's taking a very short lead. And at this point, he's being kind of just waved back to the bag by Porter, who is perhaps directing a surfeit of attention to Chatterton at first, considering that he does not have a proclivity to run. 1 and 2. One strike away is Berg. He looks to finish. Swung on and slowly hit. Berg off the mound, but no. Instead, it'll be the second baseman, Persico, to get it. He dishes on to Gallagher. Thus, the ball game endeth.